Ho ho, hello, and welcome to Play Talk Repeat for our Christmas special video game book club. Do you like what I did there?
Hello.
Keep a straight face.
Mate, that was in the that wasn't even in the chamber. That was just off the cuff, straight comedic genius. All right, so yeah, it's our Christmas special video game book club. So last month, as you will know if you watched it, we all bought each other a game, a single game each, and now we're just going to talk about it, I guess. Yeah, who wants to go first? Give us an opening statement on your game, Niall.
So, Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. I played it, and I thought it was all right. It was one of those classic examples of like, I bet this would have been great when it came out, and I was a little kiddie wink, but I don't think it would have been when this game came out. In fact, when was Lord of the Rings Return of the King? 2002?
2002, I think. 2003.
Something like that.
Return of 2003 it was, yeah.
Yeah, well, it might have been a bit too small for this one. But yeah, definitely showing its age, and overall quite a frustrating experience, especially getting it emulated. Especially I had problems with like loading times and stuff like that, but I won't get into it. But yeah, so overall, okay, but a lot of frustrating elements. So I gave it a 3 out of 10 overall. So yeah, that's me.
3 out of 10. See, yeah, for me, it's a game that I don't think I'd want to play it again, just in case I don't like it, because I have such good memories of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I watched a nostalgia video on it, and like that was the general consensus. Like, I wish I didn't play this again. So yeah, I think you're right with that one.
Banging. I'm trying to get my score up that I did for Monsters Inc. and I'm currently being asked to click each image containing a hedgehog on rocks. No, it's alright. I'm nearly there. I just keep getting it wrong. Keep failing the capture.
Well, let's ask Alex about his game.
Let's ask Alex about his game. Go.
My game, Oddworld, Abe's Exodus. So before I say anything about Oddworld, Abe's Exodus, Oliver.
Yeah.
What do you think about Oddworld, Abe's Exodus?
That would have been a cracking question to ask Dave from Niall's perspective, wouldn't it? You know, to keep the conversation rolling.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I could ask Niall, why are you wrong?
Why are you wrong, Niall?
Because I don't have nostalgia goggles for it. That's plain and simple. That is it.
Right. Okay.
I mean, with the review you just gave, it's put me off trying it again. Because I was going to try it again soon.
If you could play it on like on like a PS2 rather than getting emulated, then definitely. Because like I only got like a few of the problems which a lot of other people got with trying to get it running somehow. So yeah, definitely.
It's on my Steam Deck. It's ready to go. I just haven't clicked play yet.
No, well,
do it.
There we are.
Ignore now.
In fact, okay, never mind. It probably would better. It probably would work better on Steam Deck actually. Now that I think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's all readily optimized, isn't it? So what issues exactly did you have getting emulated?
Well, the main thing the main thing which I said was I had really, really bad loading times. I actually had a bit where I can't remember whether it was Gandalf or Saruman, whoever narrates, said Aragon like 50 times over and over, and I thought my ears were going to explode because like it got stuck on loading, but like kept on playing the audio over and over again, and that would happen a lot. That was the longest it happened. But also similar to Sanity's Requiem. What's the start of that title? Eternal Darkness. Yeah, I could not get the controllers to work, and apparently it's a nightmare for other people to get to work, so I had to use keyboard and mouse, which was just a nightmare. That's why I was thinking with Steam Deck it might be better, because it might just work with the controller support.
It will do.
So I guess we'll see with that. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that the repeating word is kind of a Play Talk Repeat video game book club Christmas special tradition. What was it? What was it that Primal kept repeating over and over again? Lewis.
Oh, I can't remember. It wasn't even like a word though. It was a big line of dialogue.
Wasn't it like the land or something?
The land.
Yeah. It kept doing it, repeat, and that was on that wasn't even on an emulator. Well, it was being emulated, I guess.
Yeah,
but it was on the PS4 from the official store, so they had no excuse.
Yeah. Okay. Grand. Right. Anyway, back on to Alex. So I personally now, Alex. Yeah. I wasn't ready for this tonight at all. Right, Abe's Exodus. Yeah, as a child, I remember playing a chip copy of it, and I absolutely loved it. I really, really loved it until I realised that my chip copy didn't come with a second disc. So I didn't actually complete. So I only played half the game, but I did many years later when I got a PC and Steam and all that. Get it on Steam and play it that way. And yeah, no, it still holds up. It's still great. Like it's the way.
Was it the same when you came back to it?
Yeah, no, it was. It's the thing is about with Oddworld games. It's all about the world and like the way it's like. It's all very moody and dark, and all the creatures are dead interesting and stuff like that. And yeah, that's really what it's all about. But I still like it. So Alex is gonna shit on it now. Go on.
It's one of the worst games I've ever played in my entire life. I'm literally not even joking. I almost threw my controller out the window of how frustrated I got. Because it's fucking bullshit. There's parts in the levels, right, where it's like, oh, you got to jump up here, but there's no indication of like having to jump up there unless you use a guide. So, and there's parts where enemies will just follow you and insta kill you for no reason. Like these little bug things.
Oh yeah.
Kept following me and then eating me. Oh
yeah, right. So I think you may have got into this with the wrong mindset of what the game is. The game's a puzzle game, so the fact that they are
know all of it. Well, why is it a puzzle game? Why is it a puzzle game with insta kill enemies?
Because if the enemies are killing you, you have not solved the puzzle.
But how can I solve the puzzle when I'm getting killed?
Exactly, like Dave said, the puzzle is not dying. There is only one way to get through each screen intact, and if you are dead, you have not done it that one way. That is, yeah.
You don't complete Abe's Odyssey or any of the Abe's games. Sorry, you survive them.
Yes, you survive them. Exactly. It goes to show, right, that me, the guide man, the man who uses guides, completed this game without using a guide.
That's pretty damning, Alex.
It's pretty.
On you like that,
fucking guy, because I was getting pissed off.
Yeah. So there's a reason. Like, so this Abe's Odyssey. There is a reason I got you Exodus instead of Odyssey. So Odyssey doesn't have the quick save feature. So in Exodus, you can go to the menu and you can quick save at any point on any screen, and you will come back to it exactly where you was. In Odyssey, that isn't the case. It will take you back to the beginning of the screen, and it's because each jump, each movement is a puzzle. Everything about it.
Nice.
Yeah. So what it
it's
just
so fucking frustrating.
It is
Sometimes
very frustrating.
I get to quick save and I get sent back 4 screens and I want it to end it all.
Yeah. That's why I said to you when I gave you the game, use save states.
It's crazy how far accessibility has come. The fact that autosave was a game changer.
Yeah, legit.
Underappreciated.
Madness.
I remember seeing it because when I first saw Exodus, it was someone else playing it. I was watching him, and I saw him quick save, and oh my god, that's insane! That's crazy. Like the fact that you can go back to any point. I know.
Alec, what was your score for that game?
Kind of scared to hear it now.
probably a 2. I would literally, Niall. I would rather play Cars.
Oh, nice.
Jesus, that hurt.
Sounds like he just needs to get good.
Yeah.
The game, it's not aged well.
It's really not.
So if you do want to play Odyssey at any point, then play New and Tasty.
Play Odyssey.
Yeah, New and Tasty. The remade Exodus as well, but it's shit.
So tell me why the remake is shit.
Right. So you know in Exodus you start essentially in the factory, don't you?
Yeah.
Right. I played Soulstorm for 5-6 hours, didn't get to the factory. I thought they've changed the entire game. They changed the way it works. There's now combat and shit like that. It's it's not good.
I never thought it was a remake. I thought Soulstorm was a new telling, a new beginning of it.
No. It was always supposed to be a remake. As far as I know, they started remaking it 1-for-1 and decided, no, fuck that, we'll make it bad, and created Soulstorm. It is honestly garbage, and I was very upset because New and Tasty was such a good remake. It was absolutely perfect. And then Exodus wasn't. And Exodus is like, if you look at the older games, Exodus is the better game by far. So Alex, did you like the world? Did you like the creatures? Did you like the story?
No. I really didn't, all of them. Abe's voice annoyed me anytime I heard him.
Make him play Odyssey, please.
No, I also didn't like the button combinations, how I had to remember about 12 different combinations. So sometimes I'd be speaking to what are they called? The Mukadons?
Mudokons.
Is how you pronounce it?
Mudokons.
So, and then I'd accidentally fucking slap one of them because I can't remember. And then they won't follow me.
Well, no,
so
but you can just say sorry. This. You say sorry if you slap one.
Sometimes it just didn't work all of them. And it frustrated me where I just had to reset. But then eventually I went, fuck this, and I just killed them all because I couldn't be arsed saving them.
That is the way most people play the game, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't be arsed. And then
like
blind
accidentally
ones
punching the horse bastards. In Red Dead.
The blind ones are amazing.
The blind ones, I just sent them into spikes anytime I could because I just couldn't be arsed.
These poor disabled Mudokons. That is disappointing. So, but you can fart and then possess the fart and then use the fart to blow people up. How isn't that great?
That was game changing.
That was game changing.
That was the best part of the game.
It sounds like I should have got Dave this game. That's what it sounds like.
You should have done, mate. Yeah, because I haven't actually played that one. I played Odyssey.
Exodus is great. Play it. All right, let's move on anyway. Who wants to go? Let's have Dave next.
Okay. Well, I had Viewtiful Joe.
Viewtiful Joe.
And I'm not gonna lie, I thought I developed epilepsy while playing it. If I'm honest. It was like sensory overload. I really didn't enjoy it, if I'm honest. And it sounds like this was planned for me not to enjoy it with the giggles that are going on.
I think Lewis enjoyed it, right?
I mean, I enjoyed it. I think it makes sense that it's just a very Japanese game, so the sensory overload thing just sort of makes a lot of sense, really. Which is
it was like weird combinations of 2D and 3D. And the soundtrack I really liked, but like there were so many overused like voice clips and random sounds that I wasn't sure if I was playing like an arcade game or just a traditional side scroller. So yeah, it was an experience. Let's say that. But there was stuff I enjoyed from it. Like I said, the soundtrack was great. I liked the slow motion combats, like being able to slow things down. And it flowed quite well. Like it looked good while you were doing it. And beating up an Apache helicopter was fucking great. I really enjoyed that. I struggled to like really understand what the fuck I was doing.
Oh yeah, I don't think you're ever meant to understand what's really going on. But I also think there's a reason they never made another game after like 2005. I think they made like 3 games and then just stopped. So
I'm surprised there was more than one. If I'm honest. It was. I don't know. It was just a little bit. It was overwhelming. That is what I would say. Viewtiful Joe was. It was overwhelming.
I think that's fair.
Do you have a score for it, Dave?
I think. See, you guys have scored really low. Like I would say it's like a 5.
A 5. Okay.
Average.
I'm happy with that.
That's the best of us so far.
I enjoyed it, but it's not my kind of game. And the other two were just savage with like 2s and 3s.
Right. Grand. Lewis, you're gonna have to save us it's been an unsuccessful Secret Santa so far.
I mean, I won't get too excited about it.
Oh no.
Obviously I had MediEvil, which is a game from the PS1. It got remade for the PS4 a couple of years back. Out of all the remakes that I've played for like all of these like old PS1 games, I think it is one of the worst. I think one of the major issues with it that a lot of remakes have made use of is that this game just didn't. It was very faithful, like incredibly faithful, but I think that's a detriment to the gameplay.
Too faithful.
It looks really, really good. And it sounds really good and all that, but the combat and the movement is incredibly jank and unintuitive. Even just switching weapons is just really dumb because they've got a button that switches weapons, which also is used to interact with things. So when you're trying to interact with books, it's constantly switching your weapon, and then you go to use your weapon after you've interacted with a book, and then you realize that you're not on the right weapon because you press it. It's just really, really dumb. And there's a bunch of stuff like that they could have changed just to make the experience just a lot nicer. And I feel like in terms of just its gameplay compared to something like Spyro, I feel like it's the one that sort of needed to change up the way the like enemies actually spawn and the way it wants you to like achieve certain objectives. I feel like Spyro is very traditional in the sense that there isn't really anything you need to change. It's just go grab whatever and then come back and just do all that sort of stuff. But like MediEvil is incredibly linear, and I just don't think it works as well as it did back in the day. It very much still feels like a PS1 game, even though it is on the PS4. And I wouldn't argue that's a good thing because most PS1 games aren't a joy to play. I don't think the game's terrible or anything. I would give it a 5 probably, because the game isn't bad. There is like a game there for sure, but I wouldn't say the game is like anything super fun. And it's sad because I wanted to like the game because it seems like the sort of game I would like, but I think I was expecting just a lot more like recent feeling game, and it really doesn't feel like a newer game. It definitely feels like an old game, which, like I said, I just don't think is good for it. I think it harms it a lot. But it's okay, yeah, a 5, I think. I'm not gonna like give it a 3 like everyone else. I think Dave's on the right mindset here, where like these games can't be that bad. Like they're not good, but like there's been some very low scores.
I think like we've just been ruined by the like accessibility, usability, everything of like.
I mean, yeah, for
games.
sure. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
You go back and play one of these, and you go, "Oh, this is rough. This is really rough."
But that's what makes it worse, though, because like when you get a remake like this, that's the opportunity for them to basically remove all of that jank, and I think Spyro did that really well. I feel like the new Spyro remakes feel incredibly good, and this game just doesn't achieve that, sadly. It really just doesn't feel like they did anything with it. And some people might argue that being faithful is better, like to be incredibly faithful, but like, no. I would have rather you changed up the game, because one of the things that it is in the game, it gives you the ability to play the PS1 game. You can unlock it, so if you do want to play the original, you can. So I feel like they could have changed up stuff for the remake and then still given people access to the original if they wanted to play it that way. And I think that would have been much better for it. But yeah, it's okay. It's fine.
Alex, do you have a rebuttal since you were the one to give it him?
No, I do agree. Because I think I played this before the Spyro remake came out. So I think I must have given it like a 6 or a 7 when I played it. I just remember it being an enjoyable experience. There were a couple levels which I thought were like frustrating, and like the fact that like you can tell it was a PS1 game. Like trying to think, it's been years since I played this game, so I can't remember. So it must have come out in like what, 2018?
Yeah, I think so.
19 or 2018, I think.
Yeah. No, I do agree with what Lewis is saying. Like, if you compare this to like a Spyro remake, for example, it's not as good as like how it should have been.
Yeah.
Hopefully they do MediEvil 2 at some point and actually like work upon it, but probably not, because it didn't sell that well, I don't think.
Well, this was another argument, though, is that in the age where you're getting these remakes and you're literally getting an entire trilogy remade, I don't understand why they didn't do the second one at the same time. I don't know why it wasn't like a duo thing where it was both games. It seems very silly to only have done the one, especially because, like you said, I doubt they're going to make the second one. And at least if they'd done it there and then, for the people who love the series, they would have gotten this remake. I doubt they're going to make a second one. I really don't think it did anything too well.
Well, it's weird because they already remade MediEvil for the PSP, and then
they
just remade it again for the PS4, which was really weird. Like, they just forgot about the second game for some reason.
Yeah, it's very odd. Because I do feel like a lot of those old, which luckily a lot of companies have started remaking them, but a lot of those old games definitely do need it. And I think this was just the wrong way to go about it if they wanted to bring the series back.
You know what's mad though? Like, if you mentioned the Spyro remakes, like nothing changed in the Spyro remakes at all, apart from the way it looked. I think it was just the Spyro games were just that perfect.
No, that's what I'm. Yeah, but that's something I brought up though. It's just that I think in terms of like how it's aged the original Spyro games, there isn't much they really needed to change. I think the games control and play really, really well still. It just needed that visual update and all that sort of stuff. I think MediEvil though was jank then, and them not changing it is jank now. So it was just a bit silly on their part. I feel like they could have really done something with it.
It's interesting how it's still like remembered so fondly, even if it was jank back then.
Yeah. I mean, that's all the games from PS1 era. They're all remembered fondly until you play them again, and then none of them are fun.
All right. Speaking of junk, as we know, I drew the short straw and got Nile as my
you did.
And I was given Monsters Inc. Scare Island, which is known as Monsters Inc. Scream Team in America for some reason. No idea why.
I didn't get the memo, that we should pick a game that we've also played to give to someone else. So there isn't going to be much of a discussion here because I've never even seen gameplay of it.
That idea would make the most sense.
I'm almost certain that I've said it like 3 times, but it's fine. It's fine. Whatever. The thing is, I had played this game before. I had played it on PlayStation 1 many years ago. This obviously the PS2. Just to, like, as far as I can see, nothing has changed between the two, apart from it looks slightly better on PS2. It's just a janky ass platformer. Like I would not say that it's a good game at all. Go on.
Would you not say it's one of the classic movie licensed tie-in games?
No. See, I can go back and play Toy Story 2 right now, and it is still a banging time. Right, and that's a PS1 game. And I had high hopes because like the intro to the game and stuff like that, and when it showed you like the developer and when it pops up on the screen, like the opening credits essentially, it was the same as Toy Story 2. So I thought in my head, oh shit, Traveler's Tales made this, and then I looked at it and no, unfortunately not, it wasn't. So it's not really related to the movies much, other than the fact that you play as Mike and Sully. So essentially they're sent to an island to train. To get better at scaring, and then you are put into different areas that again have nothing to do with Monsters Inc. There's like a downtown area and a desert area and a winter area, and essentially what you've got to do is the absolute baseline for completing the game is to scare 5 robot children in each level. And you do that by you collect like scream energy, and then each time you collect it, you go up like a different color, and your color corresponds to how many which children you can scare because they're all color coded. And to scare them, you go up to them, you press a button, and then you've got to mash certain buttons in order to scare them while Mike or Sully dance around and shit like that. It's just not good. It's just. Like,
sounds like
it wasn't. And the weirdest part is, I know this was like common in like licensed games and shit like that, but it shows you pretty much the entire movie as cutscenes in between each level. But the cutscenes have nothing to do with the actual game that you're playing. Like in Toy Story 2, the cutscenes corresponded, like the scenes from the movie corresponded to the levels you were playing, but I also think it just doesn't at all. Like it just showing you random parts of the movie for no reason. I gave it a 5 out of 10 because I guess that's on the IGN scale. But it was playable. It was playable, and when like if you're playing as Mike, the platforming is bearable. Like. We playing as Sully, it's completely just unplayable because he's too big and he falls off shit, and you clip off the edges. It's It's a
bad time.
It's a bad time. Some of the puzzles are fun. There are some puzzles, like in order to like gain access to new areas. There's puzzles. There's no bosses or anything like that. It's
Sounds like all a great time.
You actually reminded me. I didn't realize this until I looked it up afterwards. But the people that made Lord of the Rings: Return of the King also made Dead Space, which I thought was pretty cool. Didn't realize that.
What studio is that?
So show it some respect, man.
What studio is it now?
Well, the Visceral Games now, right? But they were called. It was like EA, and then a city in America. I forgot the name though.
Okay, cool. But again, Return of the King is definitely better than Monsters Inc. Scare Around. I think every game that was on this, I definitely got the worst of the bunch.
You gave it a 5 though. You gave it a 5.
What was it called?
I know. I just feel bad. It was called a Scream Team. Did I actually give it a 5? 1 second, because that does seem high. Now that you mention it,
very high. Yeah.
Is it?
I did give it a 5. I don't know why.
I give The Quarry a 2 on How Long to Beat.
Well, that's right. Like, we're not talking about that right now, but that is bollocks, and we'll discuss that later.
It's ridiculous. The game's shit.
No, your shit.
Anyway, there we are, though.
Right. Does anyone have anything else to say about their Secret Santa presents?
Can people buy good games?
Next year.
Yeah,
Let's just give it a go. Buy some good ones.
Why did we? Like, why would we just go in with like super old school, like games? Was that the task? Yeah, but like, how about we just skip the buying and just? I don't know.
To be fair, we should. It is silly that we buy it and then everyone plays it on an emulator anyway. And then
Yeah,
have a game.
it's just so we can unwrap it. I think that's what it is. But
Yeah.
maybe just send each other a picture or something.
Yeah, literally. I was going to say that.
Print it out, stick it in a
reveal it on a screenshot.
Right, grand. I was going to do a bit of discussion here, but we're getting 25 minutes in, so we're just going to move straight on to 20 questions.
Go on, then.
Sure.
20
yourself.
Right, Lewis.
Yes.
It is your turn. I do hope you have picked one.
Oh yeah, man.
Here is keyboard right now.
Keyboard.
No, I've got it. No, I just needed the wiki up. There we go. I'm ready.
Right. Okay. Right. We're gonna start. We're gonna start.
All right. I'm just gonna do this now. You can't ask if it's in the first half of the alphabet or the second half.
Oh, he's imposing rules on us.
No, it's a dumb question, and it ruins the spirit of the game. No.
The number. That's why.
Right. Okay.
20 questions.
Right. So I'm looking at I'm looking at my screen. It's gonna go me, Niall, Alex, and Dave. Okay, in that order.
Last time you did that.
Yeah. Right. Is it on? Was it released on the last generation consoles, so PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Wii U / Switch? I guess.
Yes.
Yes, it was. Okay.
It was.
It was.
Oh, crazy town. Right. So it's me now. Is it an FPS?
No.
Hesitation.
Should have been
Pass / PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a. I mean, yeah. I don't think it's a good question because I mean, yeah, obviously.
It might not be.
Yeah, you might be. You might be asking us to emulate.
Emulate a game that came out last gen.
Oh yeah. Maybe, I don't know. You can emulate Switch and Wii U. Shut up, Lewis. Dave.
God. Is it 2D or 3D?
3D.
3D. Okay.
That wasn't a yes or no question, but that's fine.
3D is 3D.
Oh yeah.
Let's pretend he asked. Let's pretend he asked. Is it 3D?
Is it 3D?
Is it 3D?
Yes.
All right, Grant. So let's recap. So last gen. It's 3D.
Yeah.
What else do we ask? It's on.
Not an FPS.
It's not an FPS, and it's on.
It's not an FPS, and it's on Game Pass.
But it could still be first person. I should have asked whether it was first person or not.
I still think. I think he would have just replied yes if it was.
Yeah.
Right. Is it a platformer?
In a way, but no, I wouldn't officially class it as that.
Okay.
No official classification there. I don't think we should ask about studios because we ask and
then no one knows the studio.
It doesn't help in any way. Is it part of a franchise? Is there more than one game?
There is not.
No.
Standalone.
Standalone game.
You hope you count on your fingers, Lewis.
No, but it's 6, I think, or 5.
Yeah, that's 6.
It's 6, yeah.
Okay.
I'll get a notepad up just in case.
Is it an action adventure game?
Yes.
Oh.
Screwed my question.
Wait, what question did I just ask then? I can't
Is
remember.
it part of a franchise?
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
We're writing down the answers now, yeah.
No, I just completely forgot immediately.
Anyone?
Dave.
Yeah. Because it's kind of like, is it a Metroidvania? But typically
standalone action adventure. It is on Game Pass, I would imagine.
We don't know that for sure.
I know, but I hope it's.
Dave might not have PS Plus.
Yeah, I definitely don't.
Do, but I don't use it that often. Last gen action adventure, only one.
You can pass to the next person if you are really struggling.
Yeah, because Alex screwed me.
Oh shit! That means it's me.
I'm sorry.
With a great question, but
it was right.
It was exactly.
Action adventure. Is it open world?
Yes. I think so. Yes.
Okay.
No. Yeah. I'll say yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna converse now. This isn't a question. What we're thinking about Days Gone as a potential game.
I would be fucking surprised if he chose Days Gone, because that is not a 10-hour game.
It is not.
That is like a 50-hour game minimum.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of any action adventure games that I know which have come out recently. Right. Okay. So, and third person as well. Action adventure. Okay. So we're getting specific now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it realistic art style?
No.
So it's stylized. Interesting.
Is it Sable?
I stopped counting, by the way. I think we're on 9.
We're playing Sable again.
Is it a fantasy setting?
No.
Open world, but not a fantasy setting.
We'll go back to Alex now because it was his turn.
Well, no, it's because I skipped my go.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
so
Alex goes, and then you go again.
Don't worry about it. Let's go.
No, yeah,
I'm so worried. That's the problem,
stickler for the rules. Live loosely, mate.
Alex hasn't even got a question, Niall. You piece of shit.
Yeah.
Put up.
Reel it in, Niall.
What?
Your hands are tight.
Is it
To be fair, his camera curves.
Hell, what is going on?
is it like a AAA game?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this, Lewis?
Open world action adventure. Last. I just want to ask what I think it might be, but.
Wait.
Well, you can say out loud what you think it might be without asking that question.
Oh wait, no, he said it was a standalone. No, that's derailed me. Never mind.
I was gonna think of that ship pirate game, but you shoot. I'm pretty sure in first person.
Ship. What? Sea of Thieves?
Yeah.
You can't complete Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves on PlayStation?
No, it's on Game Pass.
But it wasn't. Yeah, one confirm whether it was on PlayStation.
So wait, was one of the questions Game Pass or PlayStation Plus?
There's been no confirmation on what consoles this may or may not be on. He just asked.
Yeah. So what we know is it's last gen and it is currently on Game Pass or PS Plus.
Yeah.
We know that for sure. That's for certain. Was this exclusive to one platform? I don't know whose turn it is, by the way. Apologies.
I think it is you, man.
Apologies.
This is an annoying question.
It was originally.
No, not even an originally thing. It's just this gives it away.
It's a good question then.
No, it wasn't exclusive. No,
it wasn't exclusive.
But it depends what you do. It depends what you mean by exclusive. This is annoying.
Pretty straight.
I'm gonna count if it's on Xbox and PC. That's exclusive to Xbox still, right? Okay. Yes.
So it is exclusive. It was exclusive to.
Yes,
Xbox
exclusive to Xbox. Yes.
It was exclusive to Xbox.
Yes. Come on, Dave. You should know this. You worked at Xbox last gen.
Yeah, but.
Or is, I guess. Is same thing.
There's only one.
Do you have a companion in this game?
No.
Okay.
Was that your question?
Was.
Oh, okay,
Niall, you counted, mate. Seriously.
Yeah, we're on 13. That was the third.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was 13.
Alex has a rainbow in his room.
He does have a rainbow.
Yeah, rainbow.
Yeah. I actually don't know. I can't think of anything.
You can start asking about developers and stuff if you want. So
but if it's exclusive to Xbox and PC, then surely it was a Microsoft-owned developer.
You could ask the question.
I'm not asking the question. I know the answer.
The developer could help, though. I
It could
suppose.
do, but
Like, in the rare case. Because it's never helped once.
is it rare? No, don't answer that. Don't answer that.
Banjo. Oh no, just skip me because I can't think of a question.
Right, so here's Days Go. I'm just speaking out loud. So we need to remember that it's kind of a platformer, but not really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Press the A button to jump.
You do platform, innit?
Could it be like Rico or something like that?
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
A classic.
I hope he hasn't picked Rico. That'd be
Rico
sad.
Rico end up on PlayStation?
No, Rico never ended
It
on
ended on PC, though, didn't it?
And I'm sure you had a companion in that game. I'm sure you did.
You did.
Oh, yeah, you did,
Multiple
yeah.
companions,
You guys are fighting for your lives. I thought you'd have this one.
It's going to be something like stupid that we're just like overlooking.
Right, I think we do need to start thinking about developers though. I think you're right.
All reliable.
Whose question is it, by the way?
It's round to me, but like.
We were so confident that if it was Xbox, it has to be apparently one developer. So I mean,
No, I never said that. I said it's an Xbox owned developer.
I'm trying to like think because
I've got a question. Is it a 16 plus?
I believe so, but can I just triple check? Because I don't like
Stylized action adventure that's 16 plus. Interesting.
In an open world.
Yeah, 16 plus. Yes.
Okay, if we had the knowledge, we'd know what this game is. We do not.
If you knew what this game was, you'd know what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm floundering here.
Developers.
Right, what developers do Microsoft own, Dave? You're the man who knows this stuff.
343, Rare.
The two Xbox studios.
And I'm thinking like,
what did you do at Xbox?
Well, the thing is, not a lot when it came to developing games, or like, it was just mostly console shit.
Yeah.
As in the physical console.
You've got another one.
No, just throw me. It's random.
Okay. Can you? Do you?
It's a question.
Yes, it is.
All right,
do you shoot in this game? Like weapons, not heroin.
Yeah, you shoot with drugs. No, you shoot weapons. Yes.
You shoot
Okay.
weapons.
I was gonna say, is it Heroin Hero?
Heroin Hero. Yep.
Oh.
Come on, guys, you haven't got long left.
That's a South Park.
What,
reference,
until what?
Isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Heroin Hero.
Till the 20 questions are right.
So are we on a time limit?
You got like 4 left, I think, right? 5.
We're on 15 right now, so I think that's 5 left.
What Xbox studio makes fucking...
Yeah, 5 left.
You just got to start throwing down some questions.
Right, okay, I'm going to need to start thinking maybe it isn't an Xbox studio, because Lewis keeps laughing when I say that. But why else would it be exclusive to Xbox and PC?
It's just because you're not saying anything. You just keep saying it could be a studio, but then not saying anything.
I know, but I don't know. I don't know enough studios owned by Xbox because they don't release any fucking games.
Is it made by Insomniac?
Insomniac's owned by Sony.
Oh,
Right, I know what it is.
Oh wait.
Insomniac.
Oh shit! I know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
Right, okay, I'll let Dave have the pleasure.
Is it Sunset Overdrive?
It's Sunset Overdrive. Yeah.
16 questions. That's all it took. Easy.
My main issue with this game is I know Alex played it a couple years ago, recently.
Might be last year.
But like, I've always wanted to play it, and Alex has told me I need to play it, and everyone says it's very good.
I am mad looking forward to playing it again. Like I really am.
I've never played it.
It's a great game. I think you're the only one out of all of them.
As soon as you like applied the pressure, and like, come on, Dave, you worked at Xbox. What developers? I was like,
Well, this is why I wanted you to get studio, because I wanted you to say, like, oh, is it rare? And then the moment I said no, you would have just been like, well,
it was the fact that you said like it was exclusive. Now it's not.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, that's what I was confused about. Yeah.
Okay, I played it in 2020.
Yeah, that's a mad game though, because like Insomniac obviously is owned by.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'd be a really difficult one to get. Sure.
All right, crazy. Right, we've still got a little bit of time left. Anyone have anyone they want to talk about?
I finally got rid of that pot noodle.
Oh, good man, good man.
I got rid of it today.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, I want
when did we record the screenshots? Like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, ages ago.
Yeah. The soup was very gooey. I will say that. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, nice one. One thing I did want to do while we got Dave on the podcast. So when we did our first ever podcast, we asked one of the questions was, "What is your favorite Christmas gaming memory?" If you remember that rightly, I can't remember exactly what mine was. Does anyone remember theirs?
I don't. This wasn't a question.
It was a question. It was a question.
No, this was a question.
It was a question.
I can. For some reason, I always go back to it, and it's playing. It was Jak and Daxter, but it wasn't Precursor Odyssey. It was. What came after that? Was it just
Jak 2 or Jak 3?
I was in like a city. And there was
Jak with the gun.
Yeah, it's Jak 2. If it starts off in
yeah. And I don't know why. I just remember Christmas Day playing that and thinking this is the best thing ever, like riding around on this bike through a city, because I had played Precursor to death, but I never completed it because I got something like 49 out of 50 of the eggs that you were having to collect, and I could not find it. I went back through the entire game, couldn't find it anywhere, and I think like 15 years later I realized, you just look at a certain like option on the menu and it tells you like what area it's in.
Oh yeah,
furious. But played that to death, and then I just have this memory constantly every time I think of gaming at Christmas. I'm like, Jak and Daxter or Jak 2. Yeah, that was it for me. How often? I don't know why.
Every Christmas.
Every Christmas, man. Every Christmas.
I don't know. This is it. I clearly, like, at the time, I must have been like, this is banging. And it's just like, it's become a core memory.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
For me, it was, I have told this story on the podcast before, but we'll tell it again. It was the Wii launch in 2006. Because I pre-ordered a Wii. I was very, very excited to get it for Christmas. I remember it came out on my birthday. Like it actually came out. I think it was December the 3rd, wasn't it? Does anyone remember that? No.
Your birthday, yeah.
No, dickhead. Fucking Wii launch. You're all too young.
19th of November.
No, in the UK.
Wii UK release date. Let's have a look. Let's have a gander. It just says December.
Nice one, grand.
December 2nd.
December 2nd. So I pre-ordered it, and then after I pre-ordered it, we went to Australia to visit mine and Niall's sister for a few weeks. And when I was in Australia, I got an email from Games saying we will not be able to get to fulfill your order. Essentially, you're not getting a Wii. So I then started panicking. I really, really wanted it. So it turns out the Wii wasn't quite as hard to find in Australia as it was in the UK. So we went out, and there's a thing in like America and Australia called layaway, where you can go into a shop and say, I want that, but I've got no money for it. And what they'll do, they'll take it off the shelf and put it in a room for you until you've got the money to pay for it. So that's what I did. I saw it and immediately said, can I put that on layaway, please? And they did it. And then I went and told my mum and said, right, it's Wii time, yo.
Cough up the cash.
Yeah, so bought Wii over there and brought it home. And I just remember on Christmas Day just opening it up, playing a bit of Wii tennis with Niall on Wii Sports, and then I played my first Zelda game, Twilight Princess, and I discovered that magic. And it was just a great time. It was a great Christmas.
Lovely.
No, I thought that was a lovely story.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very nice story.
Anyone have anything else?
No.
Banging.
Not from me.
Right. So that'll be it for the rest of this year. I do want to apologize. We're not really been updating this month at all. We're supposed to be update every Friday, and it's just not happened this month at all. But hopefully in the new year things get back on track and we start doing Hyrule every fucking single time. Every single Hyrulean Chronicles. We get the screenshot quizzes up, etc. Discussions, all that kind of stuff. But for now, I just wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas. We'll see you in the new year.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.